What's up, guys? Anarev here to bring you a different kind of video. Today we're going to be reviewing, as the title probably says, the Bleach live action movie. Now, I'm just going to get out of the way because most people just want to see like what I thought of the movie. I thought it was an amazing movie. It's definitely one of the best live actions I've ever seen. Certainly one you want to watch, but let's get into the review of this movie. Now, the starting scene was, I liked it. It was nice. It starts off with Ichigo as a little kid with his mom, and like they were walking. Oh, by the way, this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you've never seen the movie, click off right now. But if you've seen the anime, I guess just keep going because it's pretty much the same thing, right? But okay, so like his mom was walking in the rain and stuff, and like his mom was like, yeah, you're the hero or whatever, and all that good stuff. So then like Ichigo can like see ghosts. He has like those powers. So he sees a little girl, right? And he's like, hey, that little girl doesn't have an umbrella. So he went to give it to her. And then whenever Ichigo wakes up, he sees like his mom's like dead, right? And we don't find out till later in the movie that it was Grand Fisher who disguises as the little girl, which becomes a big plot near the end of the movie. But yeah, then we cut to his present life where we see that he sees ghosts, he talks to him, and he beats up a couple gang people who tipped over some flowers of the kid's grave who got hit by a car or something. And then, like, while he was picking up the flowers, Chad shows up and saves Ichigo, right? And this is the only thing we really see of Chad, which that's the one thing I did not like about this movie, is not much Chad action at all. But I mean, it's a movie, so they had to cut people out. Mainly this movie is just about Ichigo and Rukia and Hollows and Soul Reapers. That's pretty much it. All the other characters aren't really there. So yeah, so like Chad's just kind of there, or Hime's just like there. They're all super background characters instead of being part of the main cast. So that's the only problem I had with the movie. But they had a short amount of time. They couldn't just go into the backstory. So yeah, so since Ichigo can see ghosts and all that, so and then like later in the movie, we see him like chilling in his room and whatever, and Rukia's there, and she's like, how can you see me and all that, like does in the anime. And then like his little sister gets taken by one of the hollows, so Ichigo runs with Rukia to try and save his sister. And then you know how it goes, like Rukia saves Ichigo and she can't move, so she gives Ichigo the power by sticking his sword inside of her. And that was really cool. And then, you know, cue the freaking epic music, and then he kills that hollow. That's one thing I have to give props to. Freaking the hollows look so cool in this movie, and the music choices was amazing. Such good music. Really love this movie. So then after we get a little bit further, we see Uryu for the first time. Okay? I don't know. So I got like a super sore throat. So yeah. But Uryu, I don't know how I feel about him in the movie. I liked him. He was cool in the movie, kind of. Because like, you know, he does the normal thing that he does in the anime with like the glasses push up every time he says something. Like, he has his bow. The bow looked really cool. I really liked how the bow looked in the movie. But yeah, kind of didn't do much with Uryu. Like, he just said like that he's a Quincy and he hates hollows and he hates Soul Reapers. So he like challenges Ichigo. He does what he did in the anime, like he crushed that coin to drag all the hollows to that one area. But they didn't show the challenge that they did for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, we didn't really see Uryu's character arc either. Like I said, it's mainly just Ichigo, Rukia, and Soul Reaper show. So then like Renji shows up because they're like, they don't sense Rukia's spiritual pressure at all. They're like, huh, did she really give her powers to that human? So then Renji goes and meets Ichigo and is like interrogating him and all that. And Renji was about to kill Ichigo, but then Uryu shows up and pretty much saves him. So that was a really neat scene. Oh, and we got to see the spider hollow before that, I believe. Like, if you remember in the anime, that's the one that Orihime ended up fighting when she got her powers, but that wasn't there in the anime at all. I mean, in the movie, not anime. But yeah, the spider was there. Ichigo beat it, saved the little kid's life, all that good stuff. And then we get to see Kisuke's shop, right? I really liked seeing Kisuke's shop. They did a really good casting for Kisuke. He looks really cool. He has his normal hat and all that, but he doesn't really do much in the movie, kind of like he didn't do much in the anime. He's just there for exposition, like, cause yeah. So then Rukia goes to find her brother and all that, and to like beg him to keep Ichigo alive and whatever. Then Ichigo shows up there. Then he fights Renji, but he's too slow and all that. Always way too slow. So then Ichigo makes a deal that he'll kill Grand Fisher, and if he does, then you let Rukia free. So Byakuya agrees because he doesn't think Ichigo will survive. And there was one comedic trope in this movie that it was cool the first time, but after like they do it like 4 times, and it gets kind of old. It's like something always bad happens, and they're like, the one dude goes, "Oh, Ichigo's dead," or he was like, "No, is he okay?" "No, he's dead." And then he shows up behind him and be like, "I'm not dead." So yeah, it was funny the first time, but after a couple times it got really cringy and old. They did it way too much. But it's like, that's the only way they can evolve these characters, right? Because they didn't give them character arcs. Anyway, we're getting near the end of the movie here. So Ichigo was like going to their family memorial thing to visit their mom's grave, like how it happened in the anime. Grand Fisher shows up, takes his sisters, and Ichigo fights Grand Fisher. But they did something different here they didn't do in the anime. In the anime, they stayed in the woods. In the movie, they went to the city, which I get why it's for more action. The fight scenes in this movie were really cool. I did enjoy it. So then after a while, Uryu shows up and helps Ichigo kill Grand Fisher. So he's dead. And then Renji shows up and fights Ichigo. Because he's like, "Hey, I'm going to kill you now and kill Rukia as well." So, and then they fight a little bit. Like, it's a pretty cool fight. Swords are going at each other. But then they did something I didn't think they were going to do. They showed off Renji's Shikai. Now, if you don't know what a Shikai is, it's basically where their sword transforms. It's right before Bankai. It's the level before Bankai. So it's where his sword was able to get all stretchy and like extend and all that, which I didn't like how they used his sword at all. That's not how he's supposed to use it, how he did. All he did was grab Ichigo, throw him up against a couple walls, and then grab a car and throw it. That's not how Renji fights at all, so I did not like that. So the Renji fight was kind of bad. And then Ichigo keeps getting up because he's the main character, and Renji's like, "Are you invincible?" And in my head I'm like, "Nah, but he is the main character." So yeah, that was a little inside joke for me. And then Byakuya shows up after Ichigo beats Renji, and Byakuya just smacks Ichigo really hard, dude. Like he does in the anime. He pulls out his sword, slashes him once, put it away. He does this like 4 or 5 times. And then Rukia does what she did in the anime and like fake hating humans again. Because for some reason the Soul Reapers really hate humans in this movie. Like a lot more than they did in the anime. It's like humans are their vein of existence or something. But yeah, then... Okay, so this is going to be spoilers, so if you didn't see the movie, this is going to be a movie-only spoiler. So I'll give you 3 seconds to click off the video right now. Okay, you're gone? Okay, good. Well, so here's how the movie ends. I don't know how I feel about the ending. I kind of liked it. I know why they did it, so there's probably not going to be a sequel to this movie because of what they did. So what they did in the movie is Rukia took back her powers, which didn't happen in the original anime. In the anime, like, they beat Ichigo, or Byakuya thought he would bleed out, and they took Rukia to go execute her. But in the movie, Rukia took her powers back, and Ichigo forgot all about her, and so does everybody else. And I guess she just goes, and she says she's like taking care of her sins or something. So I guess that's how that movie ended. So yeah, which is weirdish, because they did it completely different, but it's so they don't make a sequel. Although they always could go back and make a sequel, like maybe add something so Kisuke gives his Ichigo his powers back somehow, you know? They could always do something like that. That's mainly the movie. Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. If you're a fan of like the side characters, you're probably not going to enjoy this movie very much, just because they're not there. But if you like Ichigo and Rukia or Renji or Byakuya or Hollows, you'll like this movie. Now if I give it a review like out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it a 4. I'd give it like a 3.9 or 4. Because they did everything really well. They did some stuff was correct, right? Like they didn't completely make it a different movie. Like spiritual pressure, they showed off Shikai, all that good stuff that's like actually real. The only thing that stops it from being like a 4.5 is how they didn't have any character arcs for anybody else. But I don't know, we'll see in the future if they ever add a sequel, if they do better than this. But yeah, this was a great movie. Leave a like, leave a comment down below what you thought of the movie, and subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications so you know the second I upload. And also, I'm probably going to leave a link in the description to Chief Chungawanga. He did not like the movie, so I'm going to leave a link to his so you can see the negatives of the movie, right? Because he did them a lot better than I could. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.